trucks are rolling.
Does anybody else love watching old model train ads? I used to be fascinated with the Lionel ads from the 70s that would feature Johnny Cash singing on the front of some real train or something. But unfortunately, model train companies had pretty much stopped doing any kind of mainstream TV advertising long before I was allowed to watch TV growing up. But what about when companies that have nothing to do with trains use the charm of model trains to sell a product? That's what we're going to look at today. Here are 5 times that mainstream companies used model trains in their advertisements. Up first is Gorilla Glue. This is one of the more recent examples on this list, as this ad aired on TV in 2019. The basic premise is that a model railroader with a sick layout, we'll look at that in a second, is having trouble using regular superglue to hyper detail his station. So, a gorilla appears in his basement to pass him Gorilla Glue's micro-precise superglue, and the man is able to finish his station. I would totally buy this product. So let's look at the layout. As it turns out, this layout belongs to a member of the North Atlanta O-Gauge Railroad Club who volunteered to have it be used in the ad. The layout being located in Georgia makes a lot more sense because the train we see running is a Southern Crescent set, which I believe is the K-Line one, but I'm not certain on that. In other shots, we can also see an MTH Milwaukee Road 3-dome tanker, an MTH Needham packing boxcar, a Lionel Chessie boxcar, a Lionel Union Pacific boxcar, a Lionel ZW transformer, and also the train station he is working on is made by Menards, so go Menards. Next up is another recent one. This is an advertisement for Flex Paste, a new product by the legendary Flex Seal brand. This is a blink and you'll miss it moment in this TV spot, but for a few seconds, a Bachmann Liberty Bell starter set is seen without the Liberty Bell, while the customer uses Flex Paste to build a mountain on their layout. There's no monster O-Gauge layout in this one, so I don't know if I'm gonna buy it, but still a pretty cool ad spot. Let's time travel back to 1985 and look at this ad for Security Pacific Bank. In this one, the building of a model train is used as a metaphor for how the bank can put together a perfect financial plan for you or something like that. There's a ton of O-Gauge trains and accessories in this one, too many to name, but let's rattle off some of the main ones that we see. The locomotive used is a custom painted Williams SD45 back when Williams was really Williams, not the Bachmann version. Most of the rolling stock is repainted Lionel post-war and MPC era freight cars, with any railroad or company names blacked out to not impose on trademarks. A lot of them were painted into just like generic colors with added details such as reporting marks and numbers and things like that. Plenty of classic Lionel accessories are used as well. You could pass this off as an I Love Toy Trains episode if it didn't have all this nonsense about banking or whatever in it. Here's a super random one. What if I told you a model railroad was featured in an advertisement for White Castle? I've never been a big White Castle guy myself personally, but this ad is pretty cute. It's hard to pick out any specific items since we don't get a ton of zoomed in shots of the layout, but I think that's a Bachmann Burlington Northern gondola with the BN logo covered up. I think the Erie logo pops in for a very split second there on that custom White Castle burger gondola. As far as I know, the White Castle building itself was scratch built for the commercial and was never produced by a company for the general public. Let's end on the most wholesome ad of this list, a British advertisement for the Yellow Pages from 1985, where we see a young boy search for a model train store in the Yellow Pages to buy the perfect gift for his dad. And speaking of model train stores, my new store location is open now. Come check out my 300 square foot booth in Springfield Antique Barn, Springfield, Tennessee, featuring a 5x10 interactive operating layout, my largest inventory ever, and literally every model train item you could ever want. Sorry about that, I had to. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this look at some pretty cool advertisements, and as always, I'll see you again very soon.